Did you know that nearly 1 in 3 adults over 65 experiences some form of cognitive decline? According to the National Institute on Aging, that number is expected to double in the next 20 years. But here's what most people don't realize. Much of this decline isn't inevitable. Let me tell you about Robert, a 73-year-old retired postal worker from Tennessee. For months, he'd been walking into rooms and completely forgetting why he went there. He'd misplace his reading glasses 3 times in one morning and struggled to remember his neighbors' names, people he'd known for decades. But Robert wasn't ready to accept that. When he made just 3 simple changes to his daily routine, something remarkable happened. Within 6 weeks, his mental fog began lifting. He started remembering appointments without writing them down, and for the first time in years, he picked up his old hobby of building model trains, completing an entire locomotive from memory. Have you ever walked into a room and forgotten why you went there? Or struggled to find words that used to come so easily? If you're nodding along, you're not alone, and more importantly, you're not powerless. Welcome to your trusted home for senior health facts. If maintaining your mental sharpness and living healthier every day matters to you, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. Today's information could be the key to keeping your mind as vibrant as your spirit. Why do so many of us feel like our minds are slowing down as we age? The truth is, it's not entirely your fault, but it absolutely can be your fight to win. Here's what's happening inside your brain as the years pass. Brain cells naturally begin to shrink slightly, and the connections between them can become less efficient. Blood flow to crucial areas like your brain's memory center may decrease. At the same time, your body produces less of protective brain chemicals like and. Think of your brain like a garden that's been growing beautifully for decades. Without regular watering, proper sunlight, and consistent care, even the strongest, most established plants will begin to wither. But with the right attention, that same garden can continue blooming vibrantly, producing new growth even in its later seasons. The encouraging news? Unlike many aspects of aging, cognitive decline is largely within your control. The choices you make today, what you eat, how you move, the way you sleep, and how you connect with others, directly influence your brain's health tomorrow. Before we dive into the solutions, let's identify 6 hidden brain fog triggers that might be sabotaging your mental clarity right now. I call these the silent memory thieves because they work slowly, almost invisibly, stealing your sharpness one day at a time. First, white bread, pastries, and refined sugar treats. These foods are loaded with refined flour and added sugars that cause your blood sugar to spike rapidly, then crash just as quickly. When this happens, your brain, which relies on steady glucose for fuel, essentially goes into starvation mode. The result? That mid-morning mental fog that makes you feel like you're thinking through molasses. Here's a real example. Dorothy, a 69-year-old retired teacher from Oregon, used to have a glazed donut and coffee every morning while reading the newspaper. By 10 a.m., she felt mentally exhausted and couldn't focus on her daily crossword puzzle. When she switched to steel-cut oatmeal with fresh berries, she told me the difference was like someone turned the lights back on in my brain. Second, diet sodas and artificially sweetened beverages. Artificial sweeteners like and may disrupt the delicate signaling pathways in your brain and affect your gut health, which is increasingly linked to mood and memory function. Third, long-term use of certain medications. These include some allergy medications, bladder control drugs, and sleep aids. They work by blocking a crucial brain chemical for memory and learning. Important safety note: never stop any prescribed medication without consulting your healthcare provider first. Instead, during your next appointment, ask about alternatives. Always work with your medical team when making these changes. Fourth, late-night screen exposure. The blue light from televisions, tablets, and smartphones suppresses production and disrupts your natural sleep cycle. Deep sleep is when your brain literally cleans itself, clearing out toxins and consolidating memories from the day. Fifth, social isolation and loneliness. Humans are wired for connection, and prolonged isolation weakens the brain regions responsible for emotional processing and memory consolidation. Sixth, smoking or exposure to secondhand smoke. Tobacco reduces oxygen flow to your brain and accelerates damage to blood vessels, a key factor in vascular dementia and cognitive decline. Have you been regularly consuming or doing any of these? Don't worry. Awareness is the first step toward change. Drop a comment below and let me know which one surprised you most. Now for the encouraging part, 7 science-backed habits that can help boost your brain power naturally. These aren't complex medical treatments or expensive supplements. They're simple, practical changes that you can start implementing today. First, regular brisk walking or gentle movement. Just 20 minutes of walking daily increases blood flow to your brain's primary memory center. A 2022 study in the Journal of Neurology found that consistent walking reduced dementia risk by an impressive 38% in adults over 65. Try this. Start with a gentle morning stroll around your neighborhood before breakfast. If mobility is limited, chair exercises or upper body stretches with light resistance bands can provide similar benefits by improving circulation. Second, embrace Mediterranean-style eating. Focus on leafy green vegetables, extra virgin olive oil, nuts, seeds, and fatty fish like salmon or sardines. These foods are rich in fatty acids and nutrients that reduce brain inflammation and protect against oxidative stress. Third, prioritize quality sleep hygiene. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of consistent restorative sleep each night. Create a calming bedtime routine by avoiding caffeine after 2 p.m., keeping your bedroom cool and dark, and going to bed at the same time each evening. Natural sleep aids to consider: a warm cup of chamomile tea, a few drops of lavender essential oil on your pillow, or gentle stretching before bed can signal to your body that it's time to rest. Fourth, maintain meaningful social connections. Schedule regular phone calls with family members, join local community groups, or consider volunteering for causes you care about. The trial found that older adults who participated in regular social video chats showed significantly slower memory decline compared to those who remained isolated. Fifth, learn something genuinely new and challenging. Novelty activates multiple brain regions simultaneously, creating new neural pathways. Consider watercolor painting, learning basic Spanish with a language app, taking up or working on jigsaw puzzles with grandchildren. Sixth, practice daily gratitude journaling. Spend just 5 minutes each morning writing down 3 things you're grateful for. This simple practice has been shown to lower levels, reduce chronic stress, and improve overall mood, all factors that support cognitive health. Seventh, schedule an annual medication review. Ask your pharmacist or doctor to review all your medications, including over-the-counter drugs and supplements. The goal is to minimize any medications that might unnecessarily dull your cognitive function while ensuring you're getting the treatments you truly need. Choose one of these habits to try tomorrow morning, and I'd love for you to share how you feel after implementing it for just 1 week. Let me share a story that perfectly illustrates the power of these simple changes. Eleanor, a 74-year-old grandmother from Michigan, came to one of our community health seminars feeling defeated. She had been using a walker for 2 years and rarely left her small apartment. She told me, "I used to be the family organizer, the one everyone called for advice. Now I can barely remember my doctor's appointments." Eleanor started with just one change, a 5-minute walk to her mailbox each morning. It seemed impossibly small, but she was determined. Within 2 weeks, that 5-minute walk became 10 minutes around the block. By month 3, she had joined her church's senior choir, rediscovering her love for music. 2 years later, Eleanor is leading nature photography walks at the local senior center and mentoring younger women who are struggling with life transitions. She recently told me, "I thought my best years were behind me. I was so wrong." Here's what I want you to understand. You deserve to feel mentally sharp and confident again. Your mind still has beautiful chapters left to write, wisdom to share, and memories to create. The fog you might be experiencing right now doesn't define your future. Your actions today do. I want to challenge you to start with just one small change tonight. Maybe it's replacing your evening soda with herbal tea, or calling an old friend you haven't spoken to in months. It doesn't have to be perfect, and it doesn't have to be big. It just has to be a start. Ready to feel more like yourself again? Subscribe to our channel right now so you don't miss the next step in your journey towards sharper thinking and healthier aging. Hit that notification bell because your future self will thank you for the commitment you make today. Let me address the most common questions we receive about brain health and aging. Question: can I still drink coffee if I'm worried about memory loss? Absolutely, and in moderation. Coffee might actually help. 1 to 2 cups of coffee daily can support focus and alertness. The key is timing. Avoid caffeine after 2 p.m. to protect your sleep quality, which is crucial for memory consolidation. Question: are crossword puzzles and brain games really enough to prevent cognitive decline? While puzzles are beneficial mental exercise, novelty and variety matter more than repetition. Instead of doing the same crossword every day, try learning a new skill, exploring different types of puzzles, or engaging in activities that challenge multiple senses simultaneously. Question: what's the best time of day to exercise for maximum brain benefit? Morning movement tends to enhance focus and metabolism for the entire day, but honestly, any time you can move consistently is better than not moving at all. The most important factor is finding a time that works with your schedule and energy levels. Question: is some memory loss just normal after age 65? Mild slowing in processing speed can be normal, but persistent forgetfulness that interferes with daily activities should always be evaluated by a healthcare professional. Don't dismiss concerning changes as just aging. Early intervention can make a significant difference. Now, before we wrap up, I want to remind you of something important. Everything we've shared today is for educational purposes to help you make informed choices about your brain health and overall well-being. I always encourage you to work with your doctor or healthcare provider before making any significant changes to your diet, exercise routine, or medications. They know your personal health history best and can guide you on what's right for your specific situation. Every person is unique, and what works wonderfully for Robert and Eleanor might need small adjustments for you. Your healthcare team is your best partner in this journey toward maintaining sharp thinking and vibrant aging. Take care of yourself, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video. What brain-boosting habit will you try this week? Let us know in the comments below. Your experience might inspire another viewer to take that important first step toward better brain health.